welcome to the new year. It's 2022 and we need to learn how to focus better, right? We need to focus on things we want to accomplish this year. We need to focus on positivity and not the negativity. And so today, in terms of tech, we are going to look into iOS and Apple's focus modes. Let's take a look. All right, so we have iOS 15.2, which is the newest software update running on this phone. Now, if you are not seeing this right here, this focus button, when you pull down, then you do not have iOS 15. Looking back to one of my videos, I made a suggestion in terms of older iPhones that you may not want to update to iOS 15, so that is totally up to you. Just a recommendation, because sometimes the older phones cannot handle the newer software because it is a big batch of info. So in terms of focus mode, all right, so basically you click here, right? You have your Do Not Disturb, which we all know, and we all love. We know what that means. Everything bypasses, goes directly to voicemail. Lots of times folks are like, I don't know why everyone's going to voicemail. I don't get my calls, what's going on, and their Do Not Disturb is on. Now, not to be confused with this, which this little button here, right? The ringer is on. Silent mode is what they call it. It vibrates like a little haptic. So silent mode off, silent mode on. That's a little different. You will still get calls in. You feel them vibrating instead of actually ringing. Do Not Disturb totally blocks everyone and routes them directly into voicemail as if your phone was off. But when you go back into your phone, you'll see any missed calls. So you have your focus modes. All right, find focus in the day. Filter notifications, signal to friends when you're not available, and hide distractions without missing what's important. So say that we wanted to create our own. So what we can do is we can hit this plus button right here, new focus. So I personally created a custom. Now you'll see here, custom driving, fitness, gaming, mindfulness, and reading. Or of course you can create your own. You can change the color. You can change the face. So personally what I did is I did this and I call it family. And then this one here, only family is able to get in touch with me. But you have many options there. So from here, we go back. You can change it from whatever is down here. So we could do, let's say, well, we'll just do family again. We'll do that, we'll just leave it like that. All right, so allowed people. So allow people for notifications. Choose the people you want notifications from when this focus is on. So this particular phone, it's a dummy phone that I've been using. So let's say Bill and Jean, not Karen or Tom. All right, so we got them in there. Calls from favorites. So if I have any favorites, which would be here, currently I do not, but say that I wanted to put Bill as a favorite. I could click here, add to favorites, and they're gonna say, well, when you click on this button in your favorites, what do you want it to do? Call or message? We'll put call. And if there's multiple numbers, but we're just gonna do this mobile number here. So now when we go into favorites, we now have Bill added. We're gonna go back to this. So yes, calls from favorites is fine. And then we're gonna have Bill and Jean. We're gonna allow allowed apps. So now I can pick all the apps I want to be able to give me notifications when I am getting, or rather when I'm in that mode. So I don't have a lot of apps on this phone, but let's say that you had Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, any of those, and maybe you didn't want those, well then you wouldn't select those. If you did want those, then you would select those. So let's just say we're gonna pick mail and messages and phone. And that's the only 3 things I want to alert me besides Bill and Jean when they call. Now, other apps, time sensitive. Allow apps not in your allowed list to send notifications marked as time sensitive immediately. So I personally don't want that, because then what's the point of having the focus mode with only certain apps? So we're going to keep that off. Your focus is ready. Here are a few helpful things to know about it. On everywhere. So meaning if I have other Apple devices, when I turn on a focus, it's turned on across all my devices, iPads, watches, etc. You can turn a focus on and off from the control center. The control center is when we scroll down here. This is called your control center. And you can choose your home screen. So with the home screen, that is pretty cool, because say that I don't want to have this page to show, and I only want that one. I can hit done, and now I'm in that mode. We're gonna go back to family, home screen, lock screen. What do I want my lock screen to look like in terms of appearance? Do I want it dimmed? Do I want the silence notifications to show on the lock screen? I don't. I'm gonna go back here. You can add a schedule. This can turn on at a certain time and turn off at a certain time. You can do it when you enter a certain location. So when I arrive at home, I can have this go on. This way I'm not getting anything distracting other than family when I get home to my family. Smart activation, automatically turn family on at relevant times throughout the day based on signals like your location, app usage, and more. So now say that, of course you can delete. So we are currently have it set up, do not disturb. Now we have family, we're in, and now that one page that was here is not there anymore, it's hidden. Now you still have access to that, you still have access to your widgets, so all that is still there. Now say that you want to go to the gym and there's only certain things you want to have when you're working out. So you can do one for gym, you can do one for work. When you get to work, you don't want to hear notifications on certain things. Now, a lot of folks use Facebook for work. A lot of folks don't. So maybe when you get to work, you want your Facebook turned off. This way you don't even know what's going on until you get done with work, you get in the car, and that's when you can check it all. So focus can really help us focus. I think it's a great tool, just like anything, as long as we use it correctly and as long as we know how to use it. Let me know from out there. I'm curious to know if there's any other focuses that you have set up that you have found handy in your day-to-day life. Maybe what's another focus that maybe you have looked into? How has this feature in iOS 15 helped you? And as always, like, share, subscribe, and make it a great day.